One of the biggest mistakes that I see with women with PCOS, PMOS is that they say they are cutting carbs while eating carbs all day long. Now, don't get it twisted. I am not saying carbs are evil, but I'm pretty sure that you are confused about carbs. And the truth is that most women have never been taught about carbohydrates and what they actually are. Because I'm sure when you think about carbs, you're thinking about muffins, rice, pasta, cake, chips, etc., right? But did you know that lettuce contains carbs? Celery and tomatoes and beans and berries, all of them have carbohydrates. So if you ever said, I'm not eating carbs anymore, but then you eat a salad later, or you're eating a fruit salad, or you're eating veggies with your dinner, technically it's not true. You are not cutting out carbs. You're eating carbs. And the misunderstanding causes a lot of confusion in the PCOS world, including and most importantly regarding blood sugar, weight loss, and hormonal balance. So today I'm going to simplify nutrition and teach you about the 3 macronutrients that every woman with PCOS needs to understand. What are macronutrients? So what I want you to know is that every type of food is made of a macronutrient. Macros is short for macronutrients. They are going to be protein, carbohydrate, or fat. And so when you are thinking about food, what I want you to remember is that food can be one or a combination of protein, carbohydrates, or fats. And understanding this will help you, I would say, tremendously. I think this will be a game changer when it comes to you creating your PCOS healthy meals. This is important for you to know because this will help you on your PCOS journey, specifically in creating PCOS-friendly meals. And it has totally transformed my life and made my life so much easier by knowing this information. And that's why I truly believe with this information, food will stop feeling confusing for you. Now, I want to get started and say that carbohydrates, they are not the enemy. What a carbohydrate is, and we're just speaking facts, right? We're not saying good, bad, or neutral. Maybe I'm saying neutral, right? But I'm not saying carbohydrates are good or bad. But I want you to know is that a carbohydrate, by definition, just means simply sugar. And some foods contain more sugar, some foods contain very little sugar, but carbs are everywhere. And when you think about carbs, let's talk about higher carb foods. And so let's think about the more processed foods like bread, rice, pasta, chips, muffins, soda, cookies. And then we can think about more carbs in the middle that may have a combination of fats and proteins as well as carbs. And so I'm thinking about beans. Some beans have protein, fats, and carbs. Fruit, they have some protein, some fat, but maybe mostly carbs. Sweet potatoes, carbs. Quinoa, carbs. Quinoa is another example that it has a combination of carbs and protein. But then let's think about the foods that have minimum carbs in it. And this is lettuce, leafy greens, spinach, celery, tomatoes, cucumbers, and broccoli. So instead of saying I'm cutting out carbs completely, because you're probably wrong about that, a more accurate statement could be I'm limiting highly processed foods and foods that spike my blood sugar. Now that's the truth, right? Because you're still eating carbs. You just want to limit the ones that are going to spike your blood sugar. And when you understand the truth, making food choices become much easier. Now, have you ever said that you were going to cut carbs or you've been cutting carbs but still ate fruits or veggies, beans or nuts, etc.? Well, if you made this mistake like I made this mistake, please let me know in the comments. I'm just curious if I'm the only one who's done this or if you've done this too. Okay, now we talked about carbohydrates already. Now let's talk about proteins. Proteins are so helpful to help you feel full. I don't know if you've ever been like this, like I've been. I have been times where I have had like carb or sugar cravings where I just want to eat. The good thing with protein is that proteins releases hormones in your body to help you feel full. Something I wish someone told me this years ago, but I had to learn this the hard way. That proteins help you to feel full. It is not about just building muscle. It can also stabilize your blood sugar, help you to reduce your carb cravings. And many women with PCOS, they are just simply not eating enough of it. And so make sure when you're thinking about proteins and getting enough proteins in, the foods that you want to prioritize are going to be chicken, turkey, fish, my favorite one is salmon, eggs, Greek yogurt, beef, those types of proteins will help you to feel fuller and help you to balance your hormones and cravings, etc. Now, the last macronutrient is going to be fats. And so I know the US and maybe other countries too, actually, I know pretty sure a lot of countries too, we have gotten a bad idea about fats. Fats are bad. But the truth is, healthy fats are very helpful for us. They're actually more helpful if you want to compare protein and fat and carbs. They're all helpful. You're going to eat all of that in your diet, right? In comparison to fats and proteins, fats help you to feel full longer, and it does a better job of minimizing your blood sugars. And so the truth is, fats are good. And when I'm talking about fats, I'm thinking about avocados, nuts, seeds, olive oil, salmon. They help you to feel full, help you to balance your hormones, and curb those carb cravings as well. And so, just to recap, proteins and fats are the two macronutrients that typically help you to feel full after your meal and help you to balance that blood sugar. Now, what I teach is my 3-step approach to PCOS meal planning, where step 1, you are choosing your protein, so chicken, eggs, fish, whatever, and then you're choosing lower carbs or low sugar fruits or veggies. And so this may be some berries, some leafy greens, some celery, what else? Like the list goes on and on. Some broccoli, some string beans. And then your third step is to cook those proteins and those veggies in healthy fats. And so typically I like to cook my proteins in avocado oil because that has a higher smoking point, meaning that if I cook it on the stove or I bake it or use an air fryer, the oil won't become toxic or bad because it can tolerate higher smoking points or higher cooking temperatures, if that makes sense. Let me know in the comments if you need more explanation on that. But olive oil is also good. Olive oil, you may want to sprinkle that like on your salad with some lemon or lime juice. I also use butter as well. And so if you follow those 3 steps, you will never be confused on what type of meals to make. You will always have ideas of foods and meals to make if you follow those 3 steps. Now, I hope this video was super helpful for you on your PCOS, PMOS journey. Now that you have a better understanding of what macros are, here's what you need to do now. You need to start thinking about what types of proteins you like, what type of fats you like, what type of carbs you like. But also, I want when it comes to carbs, make sure you are choosing that carbs that's not going to spike your blood sugars. And with those foods, you're going to start making meals that will actually support your hormones, your blood sugars, and your PCOS goals. All right, well, again, hope you thought this video was super helpful on your PCOS journey. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.